Imagine a world where the mysteries of consciousness are unveiled. This isn't the stuff of science fiction, but rather the intersection of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science. This confluence is where Buddhism, one of the world's oldest spiritual traditions, meets the progressive field of neuroscience. At first glance, Buddhism and science could seem like strange bedfellows. One is steeped in tradition and spiritual practice, the other in empirical evidence and rigorous testing. Yet, surprisingly, they converge in their quest to understand the human mind and consciousness. This fusion paints a rich and fascinating picture of our inner lives. Delving into the heart of Buddhism, we encounter its unique perspective on consciousness. Here, consciousness isn't a singular, monolithic entity, but a complex interplay of elements collectively known as the five aggregates. But wait, is consciousness just an illusion, a mere byproduct of these aggregates? Hold that thought, as we will explore this intriguing concept further. Next, we come across the term vijnana, or the discriminating mind. It's the part of our consciousness that categorizes, judges, and distinguishes one thing from another. But can consciousness really be compartmentalized? This question takes us deeper into the labyrinth of the mind. Then we stumble upon the concept of alaya vijnana, or the storehouse consciousness. It's believed to hold all our past experiences, acting as a deep reservoir of consciousness. But is there truly a hidden reservoir of consciousness within us? This is the enigma we aim to decipher. Now, imagine these Buddhist concepts of consciousness meeting the world of modern neuroscience, a discipline striving to map the mind with precision and detail. How do these ancient ideas align with the latest scientific findings? What can they reveal about the nature of our consciousness? Prepare to embark on a journey through the mind where spirituality and science converge. We'll delve into the depths of meditation, explore emerging theories, and question whether we're close to a grand theory of consciousness. And finally, we'll ponder what lies beyond the horizon of consciousness exploration. So sit back, relax, and let's unlock the secrets of consciousness together. Is consciousness just an illusion? This provocative question ushers us into the realm of Buddhism's view of consciousness. Let's first delve into the concept of the five aggregates, which are form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. In Buddhism, these five components come together to give rise to what we perceive as our conscious experience. You might be surprised to learn that consciousness, as Buddhism sees it, is not a standalone entity. Rather, it is interlinked with the other four aggregates. It's much like a mirror reflecting the world around us. The form is the physical aspect of our existence, while sensation and perception relate to our experience of the world through our senses. Mental formations are our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. And finally, consciousness is the awareness of these elements. This brings us to the concept of vijnana, or the discriminating mind. Can consciousness be compartmentalized, you might wonder? In the Buddhist view, it can. Vijnana is a part of consciousness that discerns, categorizes, and differentiates. It's the part of our mind that labels a color as red or a sound as music. It's the aspect of consciousness that enables us to navigate through the myriad stimuli we encounter. Then we have alaya vijnana, or the storehouse consciousness. Is there a hidden reservoir of consciousness within us? Buddhism proposes there is. Alaya vijnana is like a vast, tranquil ocean where all our experiences, impressions, and latent tendencies reside. It's the part of our consciousness that carries the seeds of our past actions and their potential fruits, ready to sprout when conditions are ripe. Intriguingly, while the discriminating mind, or vijnana, is like the waves on the ocean surface, stirred by the winds of sensory input, the storehouse consciousness, or alaya vijnana, is the deep, still water beneath. Together, they form a comprehensive model of consciousness that embraces both our surface-level experiences and our deeper, latent potentials. But what about our sense of self, you might ask? Here's another fascinating insight from Buddhism. The self, as we perceive it, is merely a construct of these aggregates and consciousness types. It's an ever-changing, dynamic process rather than a fixed entity. We might think that we are the same person we were yesterday, last year, or a decade ago, but Buddhism invites us to see that we are in a constant state of flux, shaped and reshaped by our experiences, thoughts and actions. It's a perspective that challenges our conventional notions of identity and consciousness, offering a fresh lens to view ourselves and our place in the world. The complexities of consciousness, as per Buddhism, are profound, yet they resonate with the scientific understanding of the mind. As we delve deeper into this fascinating journey, we'll see how Buddhism and neuroscience intersect, shedding light on the enigmatic world of consciousness. How can ancient wisdom align with cutting-edge science? This question sets the stage for our exploration into the fascinating intersection between Buddhism and modern neuroscience. Neuroscience, the study of the nervous system and the brain, has made significant strides in understanding the biological aspects of consciousness. Neuroscientists propose that consciousness arises from complex computations among brain circuits. This perspective echoes the Buddhist view of consciousness as interdependent phenomena, not an isolated standalone entity. One of the key concepts in neuroscience is the idea of neural networks, interconnected groups of neurons that work together to perform specific tasks. These networks, much like the Buddhist concept of the five aggregates, are not static but dynamic, constantly changing and adapting in response to our experiences. Neuroscience also suggests that the brain processes information in a hierarchical manner. Sensory information is first processed in lower-level areas of the brain before being transmitted to higher-level areas for more complex processing. This hierarchical processing of information is reminiscent of the Buddhist concept of vijnana, where consciousness is seen as a process that discriminates and categorizes sensory information. But perhaps the most striking overlap lies in the realm of memory and the subconscious. Neuroscientists have uncovered that our brains store vast amounts of information below the level of conscious awareness. This unconscious mind influences our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in subtle but profound ways. This concept bears a striking resemblance to the Buddhist notion of alaya vijnana, the storehouse consciousness, which holds the seeds of past experiences. Moreover, neuroscience recognizes that our perceptions of the world are not a direct reflection of reality, but are constructed by our brains. This aligns with the Buddhist teaching that our experiences are shaped by our mental formations, a part of the five aggregates. Furthermore, modern science acknowledges the plasticity of the brain, its ability to change and adapt throughout our lives. This neuroplasticity is influenced by our experiences and behaviors, including practices like meditation. This finding resonates with the Buddhist belief in the transformative potential of mindfulness and meditation practices. It's important to note that while these parallels exist, Buddhism and neuroscience approach the study of consciousness from different perspectives. Buddhism, with its thousands of years of introspective exploration, offers subjective experiential insights about the nature of mind and consciousness. On the other hand, neuroscience, with its rigorous empirical methods, provides objective, measurable data about the workings of the brain. As we delve deeper into the mind, the parallels between Buddhism and neuroscience become increasingly apparent. This convergence of ancient wisdom and modern science offers a promising path towards a more comprehensive understanding of consciousness, promising not just intellectual understanding, but practical applications that can enhance our well-being and quality of life. Can meditation unlock the secrets of consciousness? This question serves as a gateway into an intriguing exploration of the intersection between ancient Buddhist practices and modern neuroscience. In the Buddhist tradition, meditation is not merely a relaxation technique or a means to achieve peace of mind. It is a profound tool for investigating the nature of our own consciousness. Through meditation, we can gain insights into the workings of our minds, discern the patterns of our thoughts, and recognize the transient nature of our emotions. The Buddha taught that meditation enables us to see the world as it truly is, free from the distortions of our habitual thought patterns. By cultivating mindfulness, we can observe the rise and fall of our conscious experiences and thereby gain a deeper understanding of the nature of our consciousness. But what does science have to say about this? Interestingly, modern neuroscience corroborates many of these ancient insights. Over the past few decades, numerous studies have demonstrated that meditation can indeed alter our consciousness in significant and measurable ways. For instance, research has shown that long-term meditation can lead to structural changes in the brain, particularly in areas associated with attention, self-awareness, and emotion regulation. These changes suggest that meditation can help us to become more focused, more self-aware, and better able to manage our emotional responses. Moreover, functional MRI studies have shown that during meditation, activity in the default mode network, a network of brain regions associated with mind wandering and self-referential thoughts, decreases. This suggests that meditation can help us to become less caught up in our habitual thought patterns and more present in the here and now. In addition, studies on mindfulness-based interventions have shown that these practices can help to reduce stress, improve mental health, and enhance well-being. This suggests that through meditation, we can not only gain insights into the nature of our consciousness, but also harness the power of our minds to promote our own well-being. Of course, the scientific understanding of meditation and its effects on consciousness is still in its early stages. There are many unanswered questions and much more to explore. However, the preliminary findings are promising and provide compelling evidence that meditation can indeed unlock the secrets of consciousness. So, the next time you sit in meditation, remember that you are not just engaging in a spiritual practice, but also participating in a fascinating exploration of the mysteries of consciousness. An exploration that bridges the ancient wisdom of Buddhism and the cutting-edge insights of modern neuroscience. The power of meditation to transform consciousness is not just a spiritual belief, but also a scientific fact. As we continue on this journey of discovery, who knows what secrets we will uncover, what insights we will gain, and what potential we will unleash? Are we close to a grand theory of consciousness? This question has been the driving force behind countless explorations in the realms of both science and spirituality. It's a question that stirs the pot of our understanding, blending the flavors of ancient wisdom with the spices of modern insight. In the pursuit of a unified theory of consciousness, we encounter a series of challenges. On one hand, we have the rich tapestry of Buddhist philosophy, with concepts like the five aggregates, Vijnana and Alaya Vijnana. These ideas provide a profound yet intricate framework for understanding the mind and consciousness. However, translating these abstract concepts into the language of empirical science can be quite a task. On the other hand, we have modern neuroscience with its powerful tools and technologies. It provides us with a detailed map of the brain, highlighting the areas associated with perception, cognition, and emotion. While neuroscience has made significant strides in understanding the material aspects of consciousness, it often grapples with the subjective, experiential aspects that Buddhism so eloquently describes. Bridging this gap between Buddhist philosophy and neuroscience is a complex endeavor. It requires a delicate balance of respect for ancient wisdom and openness to scientific discovery. It calls for a dialogue where both parties listen and learn from each other. And here's the exciting part. We're already seeing glimpses of this dialogue in action. Emerging theories in neuroscience are starting to resonate with Buddhist concepts. For instance, the idea of integrated information theory echoes the interconnectedness emphasized in Buddhist teachings. Similarly, global workspace theory hints at a neural correlate for the discriminating mind, or vijnana. While we're still far from a definitive unified theory, these emerging parallels suggest we're on the right track. The convergence of Buddhism and science is not just a fascinating intellectual exercise, but a promising pathway to a deeper understanding of our consciousness. The quest for a unified theory of consciousness is a journey of discovery and understanding, where philosophy and science walk hand in hand. As we approach the end of our journey, let's recap the key points. We've delved into the rich tapestry of Buddhist philosophy, exploring the concept of consciousness through the lens of the five aggregates, the discriminating mind of Vijnana, and the storehouse consciousness of Alaya Vijnana. These concepts, centuries old, have found resonance in the modern realm of neuroscience, suggesting that the ancient wisdom of Buddhism may hold keys to understanding the enigma of consciousness. The intricate dance of neurons firing in our brains, the processes that give rise to our thoughts, emotions and perceptions, share striking similarities with Buddhist principles. We've also seen how meditation, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, can serve as a tool to unlock the secrets of consciousness. The quieting of the mind, the focus on the present moment, can offer profound insights into the nature of our own consciousness. And fascinatingly, scientific studies have begun to illuminate the tangible effects of meditation on the brain, further bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. Yet despite these advances, a unified theory of consciousness remains elusive. The complexity of the human mind, the sheer vastness of our inner worlds, presents formidable challenges. But these challenges are not insurmountable. Emerging theories are beginning to weave together the threads of Buddhist philosophy and neuroscience, inching us closer to a comprehensive understanding of consciousness. This exploration, this quest to unlock the secrets of consciousness, is an ongoing journey. It's a journey that requires curiosity, openness, and a willingness to venture into the unknown. It's a journey that invites us to look beyond the horizon, to ponder the mysteries that lie just out of reach. So, as we conclude this journey, remember that the exploration of consciousness is far from over. The key points we've discussed are stepping stones, guiding us deeper into this vast and fascinating realm. What lies beyond the horizon of consciousness exploration is a mystery waiting to be unraveled. But one thing is certain, the journey is just as important as the destination. The more we explore, the more we understand. And the more we understand, the closer we come to unlocking the secrets of consciousness.